We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. Come to the light.
All right.
All right. Hello.
Sorry, we're back. We're back
back.
once again. Hello, everybody. We're back once again. Voices and Views with Zan and Chels. And we're
Episode 38.
Episode 38. Wow.
All right.
Wow.
It has flown by.
It has flown by. And you guys remember we just started back in September.
Yeah.
But this podcast has really taken off. And it's because of the support we get from the community. And we have just been putting all that back. So it's important for us to have people on here to tell about what they do and what's going on. And so we can encourage people to take part and support each other. So, Chels.
Yep. Today we're joined by Devin Mielke, owner and head instructor of Progressive Fighting Concepts. He's been teaching practical self-defense since 2012, helping students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world skills. Devin, welcome to the show.
Welcome,
Thank
Devin.
you for having me. Yeah.
Yes.
38 episodes, and we're already halfway through the first month of the new year. It's just everything's flying by, isn't it?
Everything is going. We can't keep up. If the computer didn't remind us what episode, we'll be lost. It's been all good. It's been positive, and we've been really getting out there. So, and thank you again for your time and coming on the show. And we're just going to get into it, okay?
All right.
All right. So, my first question is, how would you explain progressive fighting concepts, like what you do, to someone who's never trained before?
Well, to somebody that's never trained before, I would explain, without giving all the meat and potatoes, because that can be a lot to handle, is we're primarily a stand-up fighting system, martial arts that is evolved through the years. While we stick to traditional values, we also evolve in our style. And with that comes, the traditional values of, like, all my students have to learn a pledge of respect, 5 rules that they have to follow, not only in the school, but outside in the real world, whether that be our youth in the public schools and all the way up to our adults and how they act throughout their days. Okay. That's how I would probably start the basics of the system.
Okay. So what problem do you see most people coming in wanting to solve?
So the biggest thing we have usually in martial arts, as a broad brush, is we're either looking for one of two things. We are looking to self-defense or, self-discipline, or my child needs the discipline that comes with the martial art. Or we're getting the opposite, where it's that quiet individual and they want to come out of their shell. All right. I want to be confident in what I do and where I want to go in life. And those would be your two that I see a lot of.
Okay. That's very interesting. Yeah. Yes.
So what makes practical self-defense different from sport-based martial arts?
So with a lot of your sport-based, there is more of a gymnast athletic view to it, where, if you, in today's youth, is Cobra Kai, right? We see that episode and they're doing jumps and flips, cartwheels. Well, those are not what you're going to use out there walking on the street, So it's simple movements, basic movements that the body can handle under a stressful situation if they have to defend themselves.
Oh, okay. So, what does real world application really mean in everyday life?
With real world application, it really starts with just the basic of aware of your surrounding.
Mm-hmm.
In today's world, we're all on some type of electronic device, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
just as guilty. And every once in a while, we got
Mm-hmm.
to learn to look up and look around and make sure we're not running into somebody. You
That's
know,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
And people
That
have gotten
self-awareness.
hurt, not watching where they're going with their face down or somewhere else. So that's very important.
and then I would say your next step after that is if an altercation happens, can you dissolve that with just words?
Mm-hmm.
Can you just
Mm-hmm.
simply apologize or just get out of that situation? Because
Mm-hmm.
in a self-defense situation, the last thing you want to do is get physical, because you just never know where it might lead to.
That's right.
Right. And how do you decide what skills are actually worth teaching?
So with that, it's just a matter of application. We will go, as we're always learning in this system. It starts with us instructors and going, now let's put this in a pressure situation, right? And it's not just one same body style frame, it's multiple. So when we put this under pressure and see how well it applies, that will determine if it is worthy of working or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what inspired the creation of the Daniel Mielke Scholarship?
That
Yeah.
Yep, that one touches close. Um,
Yeah,
so the
we want to
Daniel
hear more.
Well, Daniel Mielke, same last name as myself, is my younger brother. So he
Okay.
also he also trained with me through this system, became a black belt, was an instructor.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, in 2019, there was a fatal car accident,
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
and he went home. So, in remembrance of my brother, I decided to start this scholarship program to kind of keep his memory and keep him alive in our system, Progressive Fighting Concepts. So what we do is we
Okay.
will raise funds through lemonade sales, silent auctions, and all of that goes into a separate funding to help. A majority of it goes to help the youth that where
Okay.
families may be financially impacted,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
they want
Mm-hmm.
their child involved, and that's where the program comes in to help offset them costs, get them to
Mm-hmm.
tournaments. Because that's one thing my brother would always do. If there was somebody
Yeah.
needing help, he'd just step right up and do it.
Oh boy, I bet he is so happy and so proud of you for that.
Yeah.
And you just answered my next question because I was going to ask you, I written here, what does the scholarship represent within your school? So you pretty much went through it. So what do you think? Is there anything else you would like to add to that? What it represent within your school?
Mm-hmm.
I think I pretty well covered it there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
a great thing to
amazing.
have. You know,
That's amazing, amazing, amazing.
Mhm.
Yes.
and it's a great thing. I guess I would say is with that program, we just utilized part of it to send 4 students up to Burbanes, Illinois, to compete in a big tournament, and a
Oh,
lot of the
Oh,
okay.
wow.
community actually stepped up in the area because we needed a little more funds, and,
Mm-hmm.
and
To
that's just a
support.
wonderful feeling to have. Is you know
Yes.
with some of these tough times and tight budgets, I was expecting to, hey guys, we're going to do our best, but no, the community and with that program, it really just came together, and it's just one big
Yes.
thank you sent up.
All right.
Wow. So, why did you feel it was important for you to give back this way?
So growing up in the area, I participated in different groups like 4-H and FFA and things like that. So one thing I've always done is give back to our community. Whether
Okay.
growing up we did picking up trash or donation
Mm-hmm.
drives for food or clothing, and I felt it's always a nice thing to give back to your community. So why not instill that into our school and get our youth involved so they also are learning that it's more than just what we're doing on the mat, kicks and punches.
Right.
It's, how
Mm-hmm.
can we
Mhm.
be better off the mat?
That's right. And that's why I'm thinking about this part here, dealing with kids, families, and the community. You hit on that. But how do parents usually notice the change in their kids? Or do they
So
usually notice? I'm sure they do.
they do. And as
Mm-hmm.
I would say, as a parent of myself, we're with our kids 24/7, 365,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it may take a little longer to see, but it does
Mm-hmm.
eventually when they notice the change, and that's where
Mm-hmm.
they're coming up and like, hey, I want to say something, like,
Mm-hmm.
I can think back on quite a few incidents where I had one student who was with us for a very good amount of time
Mm-hmm.
and was coming up. You could see his confidence building, and he was wanting to lead
Yeah.
class and help teach. And his
Mhm.
parents,
Mm-hmm.
they came up to me once and they said, we haven't shared this, but he used to go to therapies and certain medications, and he's off of it all because of what you and
Oh.
this organization has
Mm-hmm.
shown what he can be. You know,
Isn't
we
that
just
Mhm.
wonderful?
we just pull it out. You pull it out of
Yeah.
them. To watch a
Mm-hmm.
youth who's shy and quiet
And then
and
just
doesn't
come
speak
out.
up, just to slowly start finding her voice, and then next thing you know, she's out there at a event doing a weapon form, and she's screaming and just full and brimming of confidence and just what she's capable of.
That's what it's about.
Right.
That's what
Yeah.
it's about. People don't realize the big picture.
Mhm.
Jules.
Isn't it on you?
Mm-mm.
Right here.
Where are you? I'm on the community
Yeah. What
families group.
skills do kids
I
gain
just asked. So,
that
oh,
the
I got
parents
two.
don't expect?
Yeah. What
What are skills
skills
do they don't
that
that they don't
that the parents
expect?
don't expect?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I got lost here.
Oh, I squirrel all the time. I'll be teaching in
Oh, don't it
class.
drive you nuts though?
No, no, no. My students know it. I'll go squirrel shiny key, and they'll go, oh, Sensei lost his thought again.
And that's what scrolling will do. I tell you, it will.
Mhm.
But yeah, what skills then the
You,
parents
you know,
don't expect?
for some, I think for our students, it's
Mm-hmm.
they have this process, this mindset of self. I'm gonna label it as self doubt. Like, I'm never gonna be able to stretch and touch my toes, or I'm never gonna be able to kick that high, or
Okay.
you know
Yeah.
what, I can't even do 5 push-ups. The one thing in here is, with consistency and training, they're going to get it. One thing I don't allow my students to say in here is I can't.
I
Can't does
can't.
not
Oh,
exist
that's
in
good.
here.
Mm-hmm.
I like
You
that.
can,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you're on your path. And I think that's what, as far as students, they'll hurry up and dismiss what they think they're really capable of, and then eventually finding out that they are.
Right.
Yes. Yes. So, what mindset shifts tend to happen before physical ones?
The mindset that tends to happen is before physical is you'll start getting the, instead of the no or I can't, it's I'm gonna try.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a
And that's a
shot.
big,
And that's your
yes.
first steps coming into it.
Mhm. Yes. That's a big one, though.
Yeah.
That's a big one. So, how does training change how people carry themselves day to day?
Yeah, I think he kind of touched on that a bit earlier.
Hmm.
Well, yeah,
And that
yes,
goes under that
and
same one under the mindset.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's a mindset, and it could be anything from, you know, similar situations just here on the mat that happen off the mat. Well, I don't know if I want to do, like for our
Hmm.
youth.
Yeah.
I would never, I have a
Hmm.
youth right now in JROTC. I guarantee you on day one, when she walked through my
Hmm.
door and I said, "Hey, you're going to do NJROTC and you're going to get promoted and make this a successful thing and be very good at your team shooting." I guarantee you, she looked at me and said, "Yeah, okay." And now that's what she's doing, and
Hmm.
that's not mom, that's not dad
Hmm.
pushing her or me. That's she
Hmm.
made that decision. So now just
She
take
did
that
Right.
going
right.
forward and learn. Yeah.
That's right. And that's building that confidence. I love it. I love it.
Hmm. And how do you actually explain self defense to kids in a way that makes sense for them?
So as we start off, and especially our littles class, our littles, ages 5 to 8, they're it's how is simple basics, and then first thing is, can we walk away, run away before engaging in self-defense? And this is something that we don't do, and they'll repeat after me. Do we do this to our siblings? No. Do we do this to our best friends? No. And it's just that repetitiveness of when you can do it. It's
Hmm.
if someone's walking up to you, can I do it? No.
Hmm.
Once you've tried to get away or hands are getting put on you, does that mean I go for what we would say hard techniques, where it's can be life altering? No. Can we just move their hand away and say, please leave me alone?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what made you decide to open your own school?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I'm curious.
a little
Word
funny story
time.
with that one, and my father shared it with me here, and you know, as a young kid, I couldn't remember the story. Was we were, every kid goes through some type of graduation through kindergarten, and they were passing the mic
Hmm.
to us, asking what we wanted to be when we grow up. Well, a lot of folks at that time, we had a very nice kindergarten teacher, wanted to be a teacher. They put the mic in front of
Mm.
me. I want to be a Power Ranger. So I think it all started right there, and wanting to be a Power Ranger, and then going through
Hey,
self defense courses as a
you have
youth.
to get your training as a Power Ranger. So,
Hmm.
Yes, and then I found this system here and went through its
Hmm.
ranks and through the paces, and I said, you know what, I want to teach this because this is my passion, and I can give back to my community. I give to the youth, and that's what I want to do.
and now you have to get you a Power Ranger suit.
I do.
Yeah.
Just don't know which color I
Yes,
want to be
you
yet.
do. I know that's a hard decision there, but you have to get one now. That'll be your, hey, you made it.
Right.
Official Power Ranger. Just pick out your favorite color.
There we go.
Or let your kids, there you go. Have a little voting section. Let your kids pick out the color for you.
There, I think I might do that.
Yes.
Yeah, and so what was actually harder than you expected about running a martial arts business?
I would say the hardest part you have is with the different students that we have here. Everyone learns different, so you have to get really creative in your ways to bridge
Mhm.
that communication with them. You just can't give them a video or
Right.
demonstrate and say, okay, now you do it. And
Hmm.
Hmm.
that's where I would say that, as far
That's
as
right.
teaching, that is the hardest part. I wish somebody gave me the heads up of all the backside of a what it takes to run a school, the business side of things, because that's also been fun.
Yeah, you have to kind of figure that out. I found out. You have to kind
Yes.
of figure it out as you go along. When I started my business, I was like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to do this or that. If I'm not, I'll find out.
What do you mean I don't put
But
it all in a shoebox?
you just right. What you mean I have to do that? I have to do that too? Nobody told me all these million things, but so, how do you teach decision making under pressure?
You know, with that, I always talk as I'm teaching, is I will bring
Hmm.
up the scenario. Here is the scenario we are in. You know, do I continue to go, in a self defense situation? The individual fell to the ground. Do I go get on top of them and start beating them up? Or can I get away? And that's
Hmm.
where your
That's
students will
right.
give the answer. And it's, well, if you can get away, walk away.
That's
You know,
right.
don't stick around. Avoid the fight as much as possible. And even for my adults,
Hmm.
it's you might be out in a adult setting, like in a bar or something, and someone knows you got training. Oh, you've
Hmm.
got training. I think I could take you. You know what? I don't want to do that way. How about I buy you a drink? Use your words to de-escalate before something happens.
Yes. Jess, you have a question before I ask my next one?
Yeah, what does the long-term training give someone that short-term classes can't?
So I would say with long term, you will have more consistency. So any bad habits that you are forming can be corrected. Where in short term, it's you can form bad habits, but even if you're not continuing to train, the body does forget,
Hmm.
right? That's
Hmm.
just like in my self defense classes that I will host. As I tell the patrons that are coming, it's like if you've got a family member or you're just at home, go through the motions, because if or when that situation happens, your body wants to be able to react in a defensive way and not in a panic shutdown.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, okay. And
Hmm.
what keeps people coming back week after week?
So I would say it starts with, in the beginning, you have either set goals, and it's to reach those goals and to
Hmm.
continue that, then eventually develops into that discipline word we use, but it's self-discipline, right? It's just
Hmm.
like if you wanted to be a power lifter and you're going to the gym, at first it's, I want to get these goals, and after a while it just turns into self-discipline. And if you're not going, also you're like, man, I feel sluggish today. Why am I not going to go
Yeah.
lift? Why am I not going to go train?
Hmm. So, what's something small students do that leads to big improvement then? Something small.
Walking through the door and attending class.
Hmm. Just and that small thing just to get there.
Yep.
All it takes is that commitment to get there.
Yeah. And what kind of impact do you want the school to have locally, would you say?
That's a good question too.
I caught part of that. Part what the impact of
What kind of impact do you want the school to have locally on the community?
L- locally. Okay. Um.
Yeah, on the community.
Hmm.
Kind of impact the school to have locally. That's what's the question.
I would like to see the school
Hmm.
be a place of inner growth where the community could come and be a part of, even if that's not just classes. It'd be like, I would say,
Mhm.
our events that we have. We do a
Mm,
Nerf and pizza night for the youth, and that's open to the public.
Mhm.
So they
mhm.
have the interaction with others in a safe, controlled environment. Whether that be, other ones we've done in the past is lock-ins. I remember
Okay.
growing up
Oh,
in
yeah.
lock-ins and
Mhm.
Yeah.
watching videos, playing games, and Lindo Theater popcorn. So
Hmm.
that's what I would see in the
That's
long
great.
run
I love
is just
that.
the
Yes.
continued involvement and having a spot, like I said, for the community to come together and just have a good time.
So, what advice will you give someone who might be nervous about getting started with you?
I would say, you know, it's okay to be nervous. We're all nervous coming through here, especially on day one. And everyone
Mhm.
in here has a different walk in life, and you're going to notice that, and that's okay.
Mhm.
And that might help someone who's coming in feel comfortable, until they get used to knowing everybody. Then, hey, it's a family, you
Right.
Yes,
know, then it's a family. So, what should someone expect from their very first class with you?
you're going to be sore. Whether that's our women's
Well,
kickboxing
that's that's
or it's
that's
the
keeping
kids,
it
you're going to be
that's
sore. But
keeping it real. You letting them know, get the Epsom salt baths or whatever you need
oh
Right.
ready
yes,
because you're gonna be sore. And that's from stretching some muscles that probably haven't been moved in a while.
Right.
you know what?
I need
You're
to get
taking words
signed
right
up
out of my
because
mouth.
I
That's
tell you,
exactly what was going to be next. You were working muscles that haven't been worked this way, and
and that's
your
that's what
body's
I
trying to
need.
figure out how to move. And so while your brain may say do it, your body kind of
Hmm.
goes, you think so, but you'll get there.
Hmm.
You'll get
Hmm.
there.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, and if someone was on the fence, what would you want them to know?
Well, if they're on the fence, the one thing I will let them know is, you know, if you're on the fence, it's come in and it's a comfortable
Hmm.
environment here. You're safe here, and if it's for you, great. If you come in and you're like, that's okay too.
Oh, wow. So, what's your biggest takeaway that students usually might mention?
I would say it's for what I've heard before from students about me is patience.
Hmm.
We have a lot of the youth in here, and I've dealt with many different spectrums,
Mhm.
on that nature, and to be able to just be patient and teach. And that's the same thing if they're quick to anger, or if they're really shy. That's one thing they'll say is he's just patient with his students.
Oh, and kids need that now.
Yeah,
They
they
need
do.
someone who can be patient and they see that because they're all on different levels,
Mhm.
and some might need a little bit more than others. So that's very, very important. Chelsea, will you do you have anything?
Yeah, how do you actually adapt the training as the students get older?
As they get older and as they grow, now we're talking pressure. Right now we're
Hmm.
talking about, okay, no longer are you going against these little kids. Now you're going to start fighting your teenagers to adults, and now you're no longer the bigger person on the totem pole. Right? And it may be a harder self-defense situation. This isn't just a simple someone's grabbing your back. No, they're trying to take you down and pin you down to the ground. How do you handle this? It's scarier because it's more realistic too. I mean, we're not going to be in a drilling mode where it's more of a relaxed grip or step-by-step process. It's Now it's about reacting in the
Oh,
moment.
wow. Oh, wow. So, what advice then do you give adults starting later in life?
Right.
You're not 16 anymore. I have
You're
that
not going
problem
to
too.
feel like you're 16.
And
You're
the
not.
biggest thing I say is if you can walk up the stairs and you can reach for like a glass of water off the counter, you can do
Mm-hmm.
this. You know, you might have to do it
Mm-hmm.
a little different than others, and that's
Mm-hmm.
Right.
okay because it's about
Mm-hmm.
your progression through this, not what everyone else is doing.
That's right. And taking your time and, getting there at your own pace.
Yes. And what would you say success looks like for a student after about a year?
What would look like success for a student after a year?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's look at where you were from day one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
were you the quiet person that was standing to the back, or are you now the person up leading exercises or leading a count? You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's where I would look at growth is not so much as far as the physical aspect of it, but more of how you've grown as a person in it. You know, and even
Wow.
outside of class, you know, that's where I like to where I would bring that up is also like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you decided to go try out for another sport you thought you were never going to do. That's where I would say within a year's time,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
just compare them to where they were on day one walking through.
Okay. So, how does training affect how people handle conflict outside the class, you think?
I believe with the with the training here, it's how to process that in a moment of can I. My biggest thing, like I said, is to de-escalate and step away from it
Mm-hmm.
as
Mm-hmm.
far as conflict. So instead of hurry to anger, right? Because out there, people will say some nasty things. They do
Yes.
Yeah,
not
they
care.
will.
And that is where I will tell my students have the highest
Mm-hmm.
respect for yourself. You know your worth, right? You know who's in
Yes.
your circle and who loves you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who cares what that individual says because that is what you want to feed back on
That's
is,
right.
you know, my respect for myself. Who cares for me?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That person's words are just words. Don't get
And
quick to anger.
that's right. We've always been taught that, you don't have to answer to what people call you. That's
Right.
not you. You don't
Mm-hmm.
answer to it. You
Mm-hmm.
don't respond negatively. You don't react. That's not you. So why would you respond to it or get angered by it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Wow. It's been great. Charles,
Yeah,
you have
it really
something you want to
has.
ask?
Yeah, so how do you balance safety with the realism in your training?
So with that, it's like for our sparring nights here, safety wise is controlled contact.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to knock somebody out. I'm not trying to slam them to the ground, but I
Mm-hmm.
want to make enough contact to where the person understands that this could be a hard hit. But we wear pads, right? They're all padded up from head to toe. So they have that comfort of safety. We're on thick mats in case of the fall. And then when it starts
Okay.
coming to application, as far as like self
Mhm.
defense or our groundwork, it starts with technique. So we're just getting
Mhm.
into the position, but then you start building up to more resistance and to the point where
Mhm.
it's you have to make that mental decision of can I, if needed
Mm-hmm.
to in a
Okay.
situation, I apply this self defense technique or this fighting combo to protect myself, and
Mhm.
that's like I said, that's more of the mental. Like you got to be able to tell yourself, I can do this, and then we'll go down to like our heavy bags downstairs. Now that those
Yeah.
as hard as you want, you're gonna find out what it feels like to apply your full power. You know, in our belt testing, what we'll do with our students is they break boards. You
Mm-hmm.
know, one thing people always say is, well, boards don't hit back. You are right, they do not.
Mm-hmm.
But what this is to be a demonstration of power with the correct technique and
Mhm.
application. A
Okay.
full board for us is equivalent to one human rib. So if
Mm-hmm.
you were to apply this correctly to an individual, you potentially can break a bone.
Oh,
And
Mm-hmm.
you start
wow.
stacking that wood up more and more. Well, that's just more broken bones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, our students, she's 13 and just tested for her
Mm-hmm.
brown belt. And I stacked three of them together, full boards, and she
Mm-hmm.
broke them. And I'm going to tell you, if you looked at her, you go, "There's no way. She's too small." Oh no, that is what good
Mm-hmm.
technique,
And
precision will do.
training.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So in this type of training, then what do mastery mean?
Master.
Mm-hmm.
So in
To
if
master. Mm-hmm.
with the title of master comes with your rankings and title through our system. So that is
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
one title there is from a fifth degree on
Mm-hmm.
up, you are considered what we call a master rank. What this
Mhm.
is essentially is you have been training for well over 15. I'm gonna if I were to put it all the way from white belt all the way up to that degree, I'm gonna say probably over 15 years. So you're
Wow.
very
Oh, wow.
very fluent
You're
in
very
your
fluent.
training. That muscle
Mhm.
memory's there. The teaching aspect is potentially there too, and that's where
Mm-hmm.
the title of master comes from. That doesn't does that mean you're
Mm-hmm.
unbeatable? Oh no, everyone gets hit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can
That's right.
be attacked. But you're just very
Mm-hmm.
knowledgeable in the system.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. And since this podcast does go out, we have a worldwide reach. So, what advice would you give to parents who are choosing a martial arts school?
The advice I would give if you're looking into to signing your kid up for a martial art
Mm-hmm.
is find what works for them. There are many styles out there, and not one is just meant for everybody. So don't be
Right.
afraid to
Yeah.
just look around, try out a couple classes at your local schools, and see what they really take to,
Right. Yes.
and be ready to receive a great thing and confidence and motivation, and
Mhm.
it will be a very good thing. My honest opinion, every kid should do it. Every parent takes a
Mhm.
kid to take swimming lessons, but we naturally don't live in the water. But if they fell
That's
in the water,
right.
you know what
Right.
That's right.
you're going to swim out. Same thing here
Mm-hmm.
is you're going to be able to handle your own in a situation. While I hope you never meet it, that's what I tell
Right.
Right.
my students in here. There's evils in this world, and I pray that you never
They
meet them.
never needed.
But
Yes.
if they come knocking on your door,
You can answer.
you can hold
You
your
can
own.
Yeah.
answer. That's right. And that's very important that you said that because times have changed, unfortunately, so much that it's needed.
Hmm.
It's
Mhm.
needed. And it's not just needed for children, it's needed for every age.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's needed for seniors. Look how vulnerable they are, and like you say, they can start where they are, don't
Hmm.
have to
Yeah.
be able to go out there and push a car, start where you are and you might surprise yourself.
Right.
And asking a quick question here, do you have seniors or older individuals a lot that sign up for training or your classes?
So I've had them in my women's kickboxing, and I've had them in my adult martial art program. And it's, once again, it's, you're not 16, and we're going to
Mhm.
make this, as a training as what you can do, not what you can't do.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I
Good
know I've had
exercise.
oh, there we go, I'm still here, right? All right.
Mhm.
But good exercise. I can think back of, I
Mhm.
had a senior in here who loved to travel and came across on a, was overseas in a situation,
Mhm.
and they reached for his bag to take it, and he had to defend himself, and he did exactly what he was been taught through here, and
Mhm.
Mhm.
he got to come home. There was no harm done to him.
Mhm.
And it's a good feeling that what
Mhm.
I'm teaching, while yes, you had to use it, what's important.
Mhm. Yes. All
Yeah.
right.
And what would you say separates the students who stick with it from the ones who end up quitting?
I would say, what you'll see there is more growth in those that are sticking with it. Not just in
Mhm.
what they're
Mhm.
learning in our style and system, but eventually what it will lead them to become. They're
Mhm.
going to take this, and I see it taking it out into the workforce when they graduate. You're
Yes.
not going to go into the workforce kicking and punching, but I believe that they will have a different set of
Mhm.
confidence and plans and ways to take charge than somebody that has not.
Yes. And those
Mm.
skills can work for them and take them a long ways. I really
Yeah.
truly believe, because it's not like you say, it's not just martial arts and doing this and that. It's teaching it the mindset, and that's very important. I always say a mindset, you have to have the right mindset.
Mhm.
And letting them think about things differently when they come into situations, and maybe they're having a hard time at home and acting out or whatever the reason is, and maybe they get into your training there, and that's able to help them control some of that anger, to redirect. I always say, I used to
Yeah,
teach that a
gives
lot
them a
as a
safe
daycare.
environment
Yeah,
outlet.
yes, very safe environment outlet. So
Mhm.
I think it's awesome. I think your program is great.
Mhm.
Can you let everyone know exactly where you're located at and how they can get in touch with you? Because it might be somebody out there listening right now that wants to sign up or sign their
Mhm.
child up, and they can have that information where to get in touch.
Yeah, so we're located in downtown Freeport here, 26 West
Hmm.
Stevenson Street, right across from Joe's Pizza. So you can
Hmm.
Mhm.
find us on all social media platforms. You can message us that way. You can find our website on Google, just Progressive Fighting Concepts, or you can reach out and call me at 815-297-3085. And they're more than welcome to come try out one week class.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That
Hmm.
sounds cool.
That'll be exciting,
Yeah.
and there's nothing like to get your foot in the door and to see it
Right.
firsthand, and
Yeah.
then you can say, hey, I'm ready. This is for me. So, everyone, this information will be right here on our site. You guys get your kids involved, go check them out. I really appreciate you coming on here,
Mhm.
supporting us, and for us to get a chance to let everybody know where you are, about what you're doing, because that's a lot for this community.
Mhm.
That's a lot. That's huge what you're doing there.
It is.
It is. It is. It is. And you guys, it's open for everyone. And like you said, who you're not 16 anymore. I understand. You do what you can do.
Right. Yep.
And
Do what you can
it's
do.
a great form of exercise. and the control that's taught is amazing. So thank you again, Devin. Appreciate
Thank you
you.
for having me. I
Appreciate
appreciate
you.
it.
Voices and views. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
And keep in touch. Don't
I
forget to
will.
like our page and follow us and keep up with us.
Hmm.
We're
I
gonna
will.
read a few community announcements and then we're out of here. And we thank you very much.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for having me. Have a good night.
All right. Good night to you.
Yep. Have a good night. We do have some announcements from the
Yes.
community that we wanted to read. First up is The Real Deal. They're going to be at the Hard Rock Casino on January 23rd, 9 p.m. And the cafe stage. Join us for an after party following Martin Lawrence on the big stage, 7801 East State Street in Rockford, Illinois. The cafe stage is a free show. Join us for a night of R&B music.
That's coming up fast. Coming up
Yep, coming
fast.
up. Oh,
Because January is getting out of here.
yep.
It's coming up fast. What a great
Yeah, that
interview.
was a
Oh,
great
that
interview.
was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That interview, we saved the announcements for the end.
Yep.
I hope you guys were paying attention and listening and
Mm-hmm.
get your child involved.
All right, then speaking of children, we have Parents Night Out hosted by the Family YMCA of Northwest
Hmm.
Illinois and Aaron
Hmm.
Green. And that's going to be on Saturday, January 24th at 5:30 p.m. till 9:30 p.m.
And that's where they can go drop the kids off, huh?
Yep. And it says what to expect. Parents, you deserve a break and your kids deserve a night of fun. For just $10 a child, you get 4 full hours of kid free time.
Hmm.
Yep. Enjoy a date night.
4 hours.
Yep.
Wow.
4 whole hours for just $10 a child.
And no, you cannot leave the country and leave the state. Do not go home. Take your kids there, drop them off, and go home and pack. We had someone wanted to participate, and they said when they found out they had to come back for their kids, they said, "Forget it, then." You have to come back for your kids when the event is over. But you have 4 hours now.
Yep, you have 4 whole hours.
4 hours.
Yep,
Yes.
and they do have exclusive community meal specials that they're offering
Hmm.
for the evening. So they said while you recharge, your kids will be having an amazing time. Dinner,
Mhm.
snacks, games, prizes, arts and crafts, activities, and more.
Sounds like a nice fun night.
Yeah, sounds like a good time to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Parents' night out. Hey, can't beat
I
that.
need a drink of water. I'm sorry, my throat.
And that's at the YMCA, you guys, from 5:30 to 9:30. And that's in the evening. So go plan something for 4 hours for you to
Yeah.
do. Drop the kiddos off there and come back and get them later.
Mhm.
Free childcare.
Yeah, and next up, Pancake and Sausage Day, hosted by the
Mm.
Emmanuel Lutheran Freeport.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be Saturday, January 24th at 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. And they said, please join us in the Emmanuel Lutheran School gym for pancake and sausage. Adults are $7, seniors are $6, children are $4, and it's $1 more on the day of. So
Mm.
get your ticket
Get
in
your tickets
advance.
early. Save that dollar. Mm-hmm.
Next is the annual Phantoms Bowling Night, and that's going to be Saturday, January 24th at 7 p.m. at the Four Seasons Bowling Center at 1100 West Galena Ave here in Freeport.
Mm-hmm.
They said join us for the annual Phantoms Bowling Night and help support the 2025, or I think they meant 2026
Yes.
season. Cost is
Yes.
$50 for two-person teams and includes shoes and 3 games.
Okay.
Next, we have the first annual Lincoln Mall Future Leaders Kids Market.
Mm-hmm.
That is an event hosted by Vince Brooks and Tamara Roach, and I think Sweet Little's Boutique as well. So GIA Products, GIA Travels, and that's going to be on Saturday, February 28th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they said what to expect is a new event coming soon to the Lincoln Mall. We're excited to announce the first annual Future Leaders Kids Market, fun, family-friendly event celebrating our young entrepreneurs and kid-focused businesses and services in our community. So reach out to Vince Brooks or Tamara Roach for more information if you want to get signed up. Next, we have Freeport Ministers Fellowship Alliance Health Symposium. It's an event by FHN, which is now Mercy Health, if you didn't know. And that's going to be Saturday, February 7th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 1045 West Stevenson Street here in Freeport. And they said for what to expect is let us strive for healthier lives in 2026. All are invited to attend this educational event sponsored by Mercy Health FHN Hospital, the Barbershop Transformation and Wellness Center, and NAACP. This free event will be held in the Globe and Deaconess rooms downstairs at Mercy Health FHN Hospital in Freeport. Doors open at 9:30 a.m. The event begins at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Guest panelists include Barry Barnes, MD, FACS, Tamisha Bonvillain, FNP, BC, IBCLC, Lawrence M. Moore, MD, Clarence Parks, MD, Cora Threadgill, RN, MSN, CCM, Treasure Wade, PharmD, Charles Washington, MD, and Justin Young, MD. Lunch will be provided and registration is required to attend. Call 706-341-6064 to register.
Hmm.
All right, and last one is Too Deep at Mary's Place, Saturday, February 21st at 8 p.m. And Mary's Place is at 602 North Madison Street in Rockford, Illinois. And they said for what to expect is Rockford's premier funk soul band, Too Deep, is back at Mary's Place on Saturday, February 21st. Mary's is the oldest bar in Rockford and is home to some of the best live music in the Rockford area. So check out Too Deep if you like live music.
All right. So there's a few announcements going up to February, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many announcements out there, but I said I'm not gonna get all of those. They go stretch way up into August sometime, you know. So no, great show. Another great
Yeah.
show tonight. We have school in the morning. You guys don't know, Chels
Oh, I
and
did
I.
not see
Hmm,
the
what's that?
comments just popped in.
It did that last time.
I don't know why this happened. Oh my
It did that
goodness, you
last
guys.
time. The
Okay, so we're just now seeing the comments, so I will pull them up. Amanda Rose says, the way children learn to handle their emotions and not to act on emotional impulse with a heart face emoji. That's right. Be good to your siblings.
mm-hmm.
Hi, OG Blue Pill. It's been so long. Oh my God. Amanda Rose Milky says every kid said teacher other than Devin. Now he's a Power Ranger.
Yeah, he's got to get his suit and let
Yeah.
the kids pick the color for him. I think that'll be cool.
That would be.
Hmm.
OG Blue Pill says you never see gyms or martial arts schools really no more.
Yeah, and that's a shame
It
because
really is.
like I say, the mindset and everything, the control and all the techniques and everything is not, about fighting. And kids will love to take part. And that's why I thought about it when, he reached out and said who he was. And I said, we got to get him on here because, I bet it's a lot of people right here in town didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Have a good stream,
What's your mom
Charles. Thank
saying?
you. My mom just put some stars.
Oh, okay.
I, I don't
I
know.
was get. I was
Facebook
telling
keeps
we
telling
got
people to give me stars, but you guys, I don't get paid from the
some
star
stars.
emoji. I
Yeah,
only get paid if I get an actual
yeah.
star
Payment, pay thing.
thing. Like you have to buy
I
stars.
want to shout out. We got school in the morning. We
Okay.
have school in the morning. You guys don't know. Chaz and I. We started last Saturday, and we got to go all the way till January. I say all the way. January is getting ready to be out, but we go once a week
Mhm.
to the Think Big Academy,
Mhm.
and it's all about entrepreneurs, a group of entrepreneurs and business leaders all over the community. It's in Rockford, and we've been going and we have homework. We have our little notebook, and I'm not going to show you my page because I didn't do it yet. Okay, it'll be done before the morning because we have class in the morning, but just learning more about business and being able to network
Yeah,
with
it's
other
nice.
business leaders. Yeah, so many
It feels good
different
to be around other people that are
that the
trying.
same
Yeah,
mindset, and
yeah.
you can learn something from them. So
Mhm.
I'm excited for this class, and we'll get some coaches assigned to us free once we're done with our 4 weeks. So I'm interested in that also.
Mhm.
So
You're making
and
some good connections and people that we might want to bring
mhm,
on here on these
yes.
classes too.
Yes, we're making some very good connections. And actually, the instructor did send me another message as far as the interview. He said he didn't forget about the interview, but he'll do it after the class is on. He's gonna bring somebody else on too. So they're gonna put in for an interview once we get through with the class.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to bring them on and talk more about what's going on with Think Big and Rockford.
Yep. And I do want to read Amanda's comment as well because we
Mm-hmm.
tell people to comment. So I do want to read them. She
Mm-hmm.
said, they have super awesome Nerf war nights with obstacles and other fun nights. All the
Mm-hmm.
dedication and hard work these students put in, they definitely deserve the play.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. And Angel and William said one of the best karate teachers around.
Hey, that's good.
And Amanda says women's kickboxing also.
Mm.
Okay, they have women's kickboxing. It truly is. He is a small town hero. Aw.
Yeah, and I believe that I can tell that in his personality.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
kind of tell people, read people pretty good, and that's
Mhm.
amazing. That's awesome. That's a lot for the community, and really want to. Um, I had mentioned it to him before, and I'll talk back with him again when we're Operation Love have their kids expo, their youth expo downtown.
Mhm.
I would want to see if they'll come out and do a demonstration or something,
Mhm.
since we have the stage and have that whole area, and we're going to be really building it up. We got some ideas. I'm going to be meeting with a couple of people
Mhm.
from the city who has some ideas on it, to make it better, bigger, and all that stuff. actually have kids signed up. Some kids signed up already. I have to write that down somewhere so I don't lose it. And I mentioned, I also asked them too. I let them know that is, a vendor fair for them coming up before ours, and
Mhm.
it's going to be at the Lincoln Mall. So if they have something, that they can make up, they still have a month.
Mhm.
Why not participate then and then still participate later? You have a little bit more time for later. But I let them know that it's coming up. If they have something they want to go out there and sell. So yeah,
Speaking of sell, let's show this hat really quick before we head
Oh, my
off.
head! I had it on and it was sweating like crazy. I had it on today, and this is just one item, you guys. We're putting together, getting our merch together. We're gonna do a little commercial and everything, so it'll be all our everything that wants to get stuff to sell. We'll have it posted on here, so you guys will be able to look right on there and see what we have to sell. Some of our items are going to that some of the things that I have in my shop, like this hat comes from my TikTok shop. It's dark orange. We just have a lot of studio lights, okay?
Mhm.
That's real bright. But it's dark orange. It comes with a bright light, and then it has some color multiple lights. But the thing I love is the Bluetooth, the music. It has
Mhm.
two nice speakers on each side. The speaker on each side, the head is only $20. You can wash it because everything is in like a little pocket where you can slide out the battery packs and you can put them right back in. Same thing for the light. This pops out, pops right back in after you wash your head. And to charge it, it's no battery. Just charge it with your phone charger. You have the cord in there, everything's come with it. Charge it with your phone
Mhm.
charger. So these hats are 20. I have orange and black right now. I am gonna have it in other colors. That's from my TikTok shop. Now on my shop, there's more than just hats. There's other items on there. So you guys go on there, browse, because a portion of everything on there is going to help our podcast here.
Mhm.
So
So we can get better equipment.
yes, better equipment and be able to really, really expand. To do something
Right.
like this, you wear equipment down
Mhm.
fast.
Fast.
Fast. You wear and it's like, phew, I didn't know you was gonna use me that much. Well, yes, I'm just gonna use you every day I can. Oh, wear me down and so I know that the equipment be training, but we also have equipment here that we don't use often, and we want to make sure we're using our mics and our headphones and whatever
Mhm.
whatever we want to use. We do have all this stuff set up that you guys don't see. So,
Right. Well, you see
but
it in our intro. We have
yeah,
all that stuff.
all
We
that
just don't
stuff,
use
mixer
all of
box,
that
and
yet.
we don't need all that, but we'll be at that point that we'll be using it. We
Mhm.
use what we need to use, to make sure we have good interviews
Mhm.
and we can hear the people and they can hear us. So that's the main thing. But you guys have been awesome.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. We can't do any of this without you
Mhm.
tuning in. Your comments help. Um, Being there helps.
Yeah.
And let us know. So we'll be back on Wednesday, and I believe all next Wednesday, all next week rather. We have a guest. We have a guest Wednesday, and we have a guest on Friday. So we'll
Mhm.
be announcing that. Remember, you guys, if you're not following our page, you got to follow.
Yep.
You
Click
got to
that
follow.
follow button.
Don't just look on there. You got to follow the pages. Wherever you see us, we're on more than just Facebook now. We're on YouTube and all these other apps here. Follow, give a follow so you can stay and find out what we're doing.
Yep.
So we're everywhere.
We are everywhere.
Well, thank you guys. Good night.
Tyrone
Well,
said, what did
Tyrone. Hi,
Tyrone say?
Tyrone. What did you
Something.
say? He didn't say anything. It's blank.
He tried to say something, I think.
Speak, Tyrone. Speak. It's blank.
I don't know.
We
what
know you can
happened.
say it. No profanity. Speak.
I don't
He's
think he
getting
was.
his thoughts.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
Are you getting your thoughts together? Is that what's going on? Because it's just blank. We can't do anything with that. You just have to type something in.
I just sent stars. Oh.
Oh,
Thank you.
we
Thank
didn't
you.
see
I didn't see
that.
them.
We didn't see that.
I didn't
We
see
sorry. We
them.
thought you was tripping or something. We didn't know.
They should. That should show up on StreamYard.
It should show up on there.
That's really
Yeah.
frustrating.
It showed the text, but it didn't show the
I thought it
stars.
showed that you sent stars.
It just showed the text, but
Well, thank you. I still can't see them, but thank you.
so you guys, good night. It's a wrap. It's
Yeah.
7:09.
We have an early morning, as
Yes,
you
we
already
have
know.
school tomorrow.
Yep, we have school.
Day 2 of our class.
Oh, speaking of school, Xandra does have a school coming out. We'll be talking about that very soon.
I have a who?
A school. A school community.
Oh, you gotta help me with that.
Yeah, I will.
Because I have that school community and they invited me and they want me to crochet and all that. I need to get that set up right.
I will.
I do have people that supported me. And I went on my lemonade. I haven't been on there in ever. Do you know I got like 400 and something more people since I looked on here? Yeah, I'm almost
really?
at 1,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I have to get on there more often. They do a lot
Yeah,
of
me
crocheting
too.
on there. So
Oh,
that
okay.
they do a lot of crocheting on there, but in school you can start your community to make money.
Right.
We can start a podcast, so community too. They're advertising.
Yeah.
They're looking for podcasts
Oh, cool.
to advertise
So we
on there.
should.
So we should, because that's the way to make some extra do-re-mi. And we need to make the extra do-re-mi to keep things rolling.
Right. Yes, for sure.
So good night, guys.
Yep.
And we'll see you on Wednesday.
We'll see you Wednesday. Bye.
Bye. I forgot about Operation Love.
Oh,
Oh,
tell them.
Operation Love. I have on my t-shirt. I almost forgot about we're delivering tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 3rd Saturday of the month, which I call Operation Love Day. And so I'm going to be cooking tomorrow for the homeless. And I'll be taking it down for the shelter to feed. So we're doing that tomorrow. And then the following week, we'll be delivering to our seniors. We got some nice snack bags we're going to be putting together for them. So tomorrow, I'll be feeding the homeless, and I'll be at the school. That means I'll have to get in and cook. So thank you for all who support Operation Love. You want to know about us? Our website is operationlovefreeport.com. Go on there and check us out.
Mm-hmm. All right.
We'll
see you guys later.
We'll see you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday.
We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. Come to the light.